The Biden administration just a short time ago boasting about another shipment of baby formula on its way from overseas, this time Switzerland. But Republicans say the president's dropped the ball with this yet again. Stefanik, the number 3 Republican in the House, writing that the president needs to stop passing the buck. She says families deserve certainty, and no family in the greatest country in the world should have to scrounge for essential products for their babies. There's no more time to waste. Let's bring in House Republican Conference Chair Stefanik. Great to have you here today. I know that you speak from this personally as well. You've got a new baby at home. It's hard to believe we've gotten to this place in this country and that it's not getting fixed faster. So why is this not happening? And is the Biden administration doing enough to fix the problem and get formula back on the shelves?
The answer is no, Sandra. The Biden administration is not doing enough to get baby formula back on shelves. And look, you point out I do come at this from a personal perspective. I'm the newest mom in Congress. I am the proud mom of my 9-month-old Sam. He is formula fed. And I will tell you, I've been hearing from new parents across the country or just parents of babies who have struggled to get access to the products they need to feed their children. Where did Joe Biden go wrong? First of all, they dismissed House Republicans' call to urgently address this issue. And what's more, we now know that Joe Biden's own FDA knew this was going to be a shortage back at the end of last year. And what did they do? They did nothing. The President of the United States did nothing. His administration did nothing. I reached out to the FDA this past February, and we did not hear back from them until May. I've introduced legislation, the Babies Need Formula Now Act, to immediately address the FDA's malfeasance, and yet Democrats refuse to hold a vote on that bill on the floor. So we needed answers yesterday. We need those shelves filled immediately. House Republicans are going to continue to hold this administration accountable and solve this crisis.
It really struck me when the White House was asked, the press secretary the other day, for an update on the baby formula shortage in this country and didn't have one in that moment. You would think there would be an update daily, if not multiple times a day, because it is still a very real crisis and empty store shelves still exist across the country. Meanwhile, that is just part of the supply chain inflationary crisis that this country faces today. We just got a Federal Reserve rate hike decision. Congresswoman, they're trying to tackle inflation. Some arguing it's a little too late to try to get a grip on this, but it is the reality Americans face today. What is the Republican solution? That's a common Democratic talking point now. Well, Republicans seem like they have all the answers. If you regain control in November, which it's looking more and more likely that is to happen, how do Republicans tame inflation? What's the plan?
Well, first of all, we rein in this reckless tax and spend agenda that we've seen under unified Democrat leadership. They have spent trillions and trillions of dollars. If you look at the start of Nancy Pelosi's term with Joe Biden in office, they spent multi-trillion-dollar bills of taxpayer funds. And the vast majority of that did not even go towards COVID relief. So it further compounded challenges that we are facing today. When it comes to where this administration went wrong, you and I both remember not that long ago, this administration was dismissive that inflation was even a crisis. Yeah. They said it was temporary. They said it was transitory. They've continued to pass the buck. So Republicans are going to balance the budget to have fiscally responsible economic policy when we earn back the House. In addition, we want to unleash American energy independence. Compounding with the inflation issue is the fact that we are seeing skyrocketing costs when it comes to our energy. And people feel that every single time they try to, fill up their cars at the gas pump, the prices go up and up. They've nearly doubled, or actually doubled, since Joe Biden took office. So we want to invest in American energy rather than what Joe Biden is doing, which is going to different countries around the world with authoritarian leaders to try to import. We should be producing energy here.
All right.
Those policies will go a long way to rein in this inflation.